All right, friends, we have a book. What do you see on the cover of this book? What do you see, Ruben, on the cover of the book?
Rocks.
Rocks. What do they have on them?
Mouths.
They have mouths and eyes. These are called, the name of this book is Scribble Stones. It is written and it is illustrated by Diane Alber. And I'm noticing there's some hearts on that one. There's a heart on this one. There's a star on one. They have all different designs, and we're going to read this book. Scribble Stones. Look at how they started. They started as gray, plain gray stones. I'm so happy to have my arm back. To my children, Ryan and Anna, we love to play with the giant stone pile in the backyard, which inevitably inspired the story. So the author of this book, Diane Alber, has two kids, Ryan and Anna. This story is about one happy stone who is gray and round and rarely alone. He lived with the others, all stacked on a pile, and waited calmly with a large, friendly smile. Look at that smile he has. Morgan, you can go over with Baird and she will give you a Kleenex and some magic soap. There he is. There's his smile. Each stone had a purpose, but it wasn't known yet. Some would be landscaping and some a stone pet. There were so many things that the stones could do. The hardest part was, there were so many things that the stones could be. The hard part was just waiting to see. It could be landscape. It could be a pet rock. Stone knew that his purpose would brighten someone's day. He wasn't sure how or in what kind of way. He imagined the things that he might soon become as he watched all the stones get picked one by one. Look at the pile of stones. He's imagining what he is going to be picked for. But remember, our stone is always smiling. But his happy face slowly turned to a frown as he watched the tall pile start to dwindle on down. And although he was worried, he tried not to care until it was clear that he was the last one there. So look at River. Oh, calm and caring. Was reading a story about a stone. And there he is. He started with a big happy smile on his face, but all the other stones got picked before him. And he's the last one, so he's feeling sad.
Why?
Because he's in a pile by himself. He's a single stone pile.
Does it have a mouth?
I think his mouth is in such a frown. He's in such a state that he can't even open his mouth. So it's invisible. It's a very tiny frown. Teeny, tiny, teeny frown. Okay. Then it finally happened. Stone was quickly picked up. He was placed on a desk next to a very large cup. There he is.
That's the stone.
That's the stone. He's sitting on top of some paper next to a very large red cup. The solo cup found its way into the story. Interesting choice. As Stone looked around, he thought, this is so great. But soon he discovered he was a dull paperweight. His job was to hold the papers in place. He feels as though that's a little below his pay grade. I'm supposed to bring happiness, not hold paper still. There must be a stake. This just can't be my skill. He feels like he's destined for more important things than holding paper down. But let me tell you something. If you are composing something that you're typing out on a computer or a printer, and you put it on your desk, you certainly don't want it to blow away. So a stone would be a good thing to have. Then all of a sudden a splatter flew high, and then some bright scribbles came wiggling on by. They were headed right toward the short paper stack, and they filled up the paper on the front and the back. Look at all those colors that are coming. Look at them. Whoa. Whoa.
What do you want to do?
What colors do you see?
I don't know.
I see some red, yellow, green, blue, purple. Look at all those colors.
I see yellow.
Yeah, there's all kinds of colors. Look, he looks very surprised. He's like, what? Whoa! They're coming for me! They were all making art. It was happening so fast, Stone feared that the paper would simply not last. The paper is getting covered with colors. I need you to cover your nose with your mask, please. River, cover your nose, please. Look at the paper is covered front and back. Stone is thinking, we're going to run out of paper. This could be very difficult. He couldn't believe just how much the pile grew. Then he heard a small cry from the Fun Splatter crew. We knew that this pile was getting too tall. There is no more paper. We have used it all. The scribbles all cried. Now they saw it too. This is a disaster. What shall we do? They want to put their colors on something else. They put their colors on all the paper. The paper's all gone. They want to paint and color something else. What do you think they could paint or color?
I don't know.
Remember when we started the book? Look at this big pile at the beginning of the book. I wonder if Stone is thinking about coloring some of these. Let's see. This is a disaster. Oh, what shall we do? Stone didn't want the scribbles to cry, so he thought of something that they could all try. He slowly rolled down the very large pile and said, I know how to make you all smile. I know I'm not paper, but I like art too. Do you think you could spare some red, yellow, and blue? Oh, he's offering to be painted. He is saving the day. The scribbles would like to color a stone. Watch this, friends. They loved the idea and could not wait to start. Scribble began by making a happiness heart. Splatter then painted some pale baby blue. Another scribble added a sunny gold hue. Look, they're painting him. They're making him beautiful. He has a little heart on him. It didn't take long before more stones showed up, and soon the line grew behind the large red cup. The other stones came to be painted. Whoa! This is great news. To Stone's surprise, he was picked up once more. He had never heard of this happening before. More art was added, and he was on his way to become a small gift to brighten someone's day. Look! He is so beautiful that someone put a bow on him to give as a gift. Oh, look at that. He had never been picked twice. He was picked to be a paperweight. He did his job so well that he got picked a second time. My goodness. Nearby another Stoney's journey had begun. He was spreading such happiness and having great fun. Every time he traveled, someone added their part, sometimes just a striggle. sometimes scribble, sometimes fancy art. Look at that. Whoa. With each new layer, there was a story to share, and soon scribble stones were seen everywhere. They traveled the planet as quite an event, bring happiness and fun wherever they went. Scribble stones are going all over the world. That thumb of mine's not quite working. Oh, will you see this? You are going to be so surprised when you see this. Now, thousands of stones inspire creativity each day, all because of a paperweight with a will and a way. Look at all those beautiful stones. That's the end. They started like this, and they ended like this. This book was copywritten in 2019. You know, this book inspired last year when the pandemic first started. People were painting stones and they were leaving them in the Boston Common and the public garden, and people were leaving messages on them like peace, have a good day, love. And you would see them and read them and your heart would feel happy. This book was the inspiration for that. Bear, do you mind grabbing me some red paint? Because I think I want to do something with this stone.
Oh, we have that.
Or pink.
Yeah.
Pink, either one. So we are going to, this book has inspired me to paint a stone. So each one of us is going to paint a stone today. So I have some pink paint, and I have some yellow paint, and I have my stone, and I have a paintbrush. And I am going to make a pink heart. So I'm going to dip, dip, dip into the paint. And I'm going to try to make a heart. I'm going to find sort of a flat. I might not be able to. I'm just going to paint a little paint on this side. I'm going to dip, dip, dip this brush back into the pink paint because I started with pink paint with this brush, so I'm going to stay with the pink paint with this brush. I'm not going to dip it in the yellow. So I'm going to paint my stone. Got a little paint on my fingers. That's okay, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, burrs.
No worries.
I'm done with the pink, so I'm going to put the pink paintbrush back into the pink paint. And I'm going to pick up the other paintbrush, which is clean. And I have some yellow paint. I'm going to use this paintbrush in the yellow paint. I'm going to dip, 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 dip. And I'm going to paint the top and the back. I'm going to dip, dip, dip it again into the yellow paint. And paint some more, add some more paint. Then I'm going to dip, dip, dip it into the yellow paint.
Ooh.
I almost dipped it into
that.
that pink paint, but I noticed that the paint was pink. And I need to put the yellow paintbrush into the yellow paint. I'm going to paint it. And I've covered most of it. There is my painted stone. I'm going to put it back on my tray. And we will wait for them to dry. And on Thursday when you come to school, we're going to put some eyes on our stones so they look like these. And everyone, thank you, Alex.
Oh.
And everyone will have their own stone.
No.
Yes, you'll have your own stone. You'll bring it home on Thursday or maybe next Tuesday. So we look forward to seeing your stones, friends at home, Poppy and Evan. We look forward to seeing a picture of your stones. Everybody want to say goodbye? Bye, Poppy. Bye, Evan.
Bye, Evan.